It is currently 8:30 p.m. I have sat down to edit my YouTube video that I initially recorded this afternoon around about 1ish, 12ish. I sit down, import the video and the footage and everything. There's no audio, there's no sound. You can see me, but you cannot hear me. It's like the little, those little three monkeys. See no evil, hear no evil, talk no evil. Yeah, you can't hear the evil. You can't hear me babbling in the video. You can't hear anything. So I am completely mute in that video. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be recording the video again tomorrow. Today is Thursday, February 29th. I wanted to initially post this video tomorrow, the 1st of March. That is not going to happen because there's no audio to the video. So the next clip, which is the rest of the whole video, is going to be recorded tomorrow, 1st of March. And yeah, just to let you know that this is the second time recording this video. And it's probably going to be in a different setup. I have no clue because tomorrow I do have stuff to do. I have no clue how the whole setup's going to be. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video either way. I just can't believe there's no audio. There was no audio at all. I can't believe it. This is trying, YouTube and the whole phone is trying to tell me something. They're saying to me, Kat, don't record any YouTube videos. It's not worth it. But you know what? Screw you, phone. I am going to re-record the whole video and post it and possibly get more than 4 views than my other videos. I will try. So screw you for telling me that I'm not worth making any videos for all of my subscribers. Screw you. So this is me in my next video having a go. Hopefully the sound works, and if I do post this, then probably the sound does work. So yeah, I will let you skip on to tomorrow, the 1st of March, where I'll be doing the proper video. Now that I'm hydrated, hello, lovelies. Welcome if you're new. Today's video we are doing a February wrap-up. I did previously record this whole video yesterday. However, I've probably put it at the beginning of the video. There was no audio. So this is me redoing it in a different location, with a different outfit than my everything. But anywho, we're just gonna get straight into it. We're doing my February wrap up. I did not read all the books that I wanted to that were on my TBR. If you have not watched my February TBR video, definitely go check it out. I'll link it somewhere below. I don't know how that works. I'm quite new to this whole YouTube thing. But I have 5 books over here that I have read in the month of February. And I cannot wait to share you guys my opinions and how much stars I rated them. So we're gonna literally just jump straight into it. And the first book I read was King of Greed. I actually listened to this as an audiobook. I listened to it. But King of Greed by Anno Hang, the 3rd book of the King of Sin series. And the only reason why I read this book, I read the other 2 books, but the only reason why I loved and enjoyed this book so much was because of Alessandra Davenport, who is Portuguese. She incorporated someone Portuguese in this book. If you don't know me, if you don't follow me on TikTok, I am Portuguese. And the fact that there are some phrases here that Alessandra says in Portuguese and that I can understand is chef's kiss. This is my favourite book of the King of Sin series so far. And there is still another book coming out, King of Sloth, if I'm not mistaken. But Alessandra Davenport will always be my favourite character so far. Will be my favourite character. I absolutely love her so much. I rated this book 4 stars, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't give out 5 stars that easily. I give 5 stars to books that I feel like are the best books of the entire world. But this book wasn't the best book of the entire world. I feel like there could have been some parts in the book where they didn't have to be there. that it could have made the book shorter, if you guys get what I mean. However, still an amazing book, 4 stars. Now, the second book is Icebreaker by Hannah Grace, my first ever hockey romance book. How did it go? Well, I'll tell you. It went amazing. Amazing. I rated this book 4 stars. Again, the book, there were some parts in the book that could have not been in it to make the book shorter. But other than that, absolutely loved this book. This has started my hockey romance era because I recently purchased The Deal by Elle Kennedy and Consider Me, I think it is. I don't know the author's name. I think it's Consider Me. And they're both hockey romance. And I bought them plainly because I want another hockey romance. I know that there's another book to this. I think this is a series. There's another book, and then I think there's a third book coming out. I will be purchasing the second book whenever I find it or whenever I have time, and I'll definitely read it. But I absolutely loved this book. I absolutely loved Nate so much. I think he's going to go on the list of my book boyfriends, the ones I absolutely love so much, because he was amazing. And I listened to this book in audio and then read the last 5 chapters physically, just because I think my headphones ran out because they're Bluetooth and they ran out and I needed to finish the book off, and I just picked the physical copy up. So yeah, I rated that one a 4 stars. Now the next book, I am actually quite disappointed. And you might be asking, why are you disappointed? Well, if you follow me on TikTok, you know that I'm a big Holly Black girl. I love anything written by Holly Black. The Cruel Prince series is, if I could give them 6-7 stars, I would. But I cannot. But in my world, I can. I can give whatever stars I want to my books. I'm giving them 8, 9, 10 stars, if, you know? But anyways, I read Tythe by Holly Black. Now, this is a series, a trilogy. It has 3 books. There is Tythe, Valiant, and Ironside. They're quite short reads, which, it's not a surprise. Holly Black does like to do quick, short books, and it is a fantasy. What disappointed me about this book is this book has 200 and something pages. Let me just double check. 255 pages this book has, and the first 110 pages possibly, I was so close to DNFing it. Like, I did not want to read it. That I even put this book aside because I was reading it physically, and I started reading it on Kindle because I was like, I cannot pick this book up. I don't know if it's because there was some misspelt words in it. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, or if it was just a printing mistake. And there's also, like, the beginning of the book wasn't hooking me in. I wasn't hooked into the book. Like, it wasn't interesting. Like, I feel like I was trying to put this book aside as multiple times as possible because I just didn't want to pick it up and read it. So this book, I think, took me 3 days to read, if I'm correct. 3 days to read, and I normally read a book in 1 day or 2 days. It just took longer than all my other books to read. Because I physically just didn't want to pick it up. So I rated this a 3.5 stars. It wasn't bad because the last 100 pages were actually quite good and I was into it. That I actually might make me want to read the second book to see what happens and how it goes. But the first 110, 120 pages was not it for me. I think it's doing like an ACOTAR kind of thing where the first book of the ACOTAR series was it was okay, but then the rest of the series were like, bang, like amazing. It might be one of those, I'm not too sure. I think this was published in like 2003, 2004, if I'm not mistaken. So it isn't one of her newer books. It is quite old. It's been out for ages, and I've just come across it. But yeah, 3.5 stars. Really disappointed. Again, it was her style of writing. Normally her style of writing flows, and here at the beginning it didn't flow, and then to the end it all started to make sense, and then it started to flow. So that's why I rated it 3.5 stars. Now, the next book is Hooked by Emily McIntyre. It's part of the Never After series. And I'm just going to say it here. This is one of my 5-star reads. I rated this book 5 stars. And I'm just going to say one thing. James, the male main character, can hook me up to a wall and chain me up to anything whenever he wants. I am so sorry if my boyfriend is watching this, but I am a complete whore for James. Complete whore for James. He is like chef's kiss, and if you're watching this, Emily McIntyre, which you're probably not, you have created an amazing character. This was my first ever Emily McIntyre book that I read, and I am not disappointed at all. And it's also, I think it's a series. It's got Hooked, Scarred, Wrenched, and another book, but I don't know which one it is. So I'm definitely like, they're all standalones. What I've been seeing all over TikTok and YouTube. You don't have to like read them all after one another. You can read them whenever, like pick up whatever book you want to read. So they're not interlinked, but I like to read when it's a series, and even if they're not interlinked, I like to read them in order, if that makes sense. So yeah, 5 stars. Absolutely loved James. James is now like up here on my book boyfriend list, up the top. Like, honestly, he is the best. Again, I would let him tie me up, chain me up to whatever he wants. He can chain me up to the bed if he wanted to, or to a tree, you know? Or to his yacht, or to a door, or in a basement with no light, no windows. He can do whatever that flip he wants to do with me. I will not mind. And I am so sorry if my boyfriend is watching this video. Now, the 5th book is a little bit like, I'll explain to you what's going on. The 5th book is on my Kindle. I did initially start reading Haythorn Legacy. I started reading it, wasn't into reading it, so I thought, okay, maybe if I pop in some headphones and listen to it, maybe I'll be into it. Because I read The Inheritance Game and I absolutely loved it. However, I was probably 10 chapters in, and I was like, no, this book isn't doing it. Like, I am not interested. I am not even paying attention to the book. I would have to go back and reread pages or go back and re-listen to what they're saying. I was like, no, not doing it for me. So I DNF'd that book. Well, I didn't DNF it, actually. I just put a bookmark in it and put it back in my bookshelf. So I know if I want to get back to it, I know where I left off. But I wouldn't say DNF'd it, because DNF'd it is like a book that I would never pick up and read ever again. But I can possibly give that book one more try, just not now. I feel like I was just not in the mood, maybe. I don't know. This is why I hate DNFing books, guys, because like with me, if I'm not in the mood to read the book, I will put it to the side, put a bookmark in it, and come back to it later. I might just not be in the mood for that book that day, you know? So I did also have 3 other books on my TBR, and it was Atlas 6, it was The Boyfriend Candidate, and it was Shatter Me. And you're going to be thinking, Kat, Shatter Me has been on your TBR for ages. You've been saying all over TikTok you're going to read it. And I'll explain to you why I didn't read it. 1, I went to Manchester for a girls' trip. And I normally read a book or 2 a day, especially on a plane. I love to read a lot on planes. I would get through that book easily. And I'm not going to take 2 to 3 books with me to make the suitcase very heavy. So I picked up my handy dandy Kindle, and I thought to myself, why not I download one of those 3 books? Went on for Atlas 6, not available for Kindle Unlimited. You need to pay for it. And I'm like, okay. The boyfriend can edit. Typed it in, not available for Kindle Unlimited. I was like, what the heck is going on? Have I just picked all the books in the world that do not apply to my Kindle and Kindle Unlimited? Like, I'm paying Kindle Unlimited for a reason, to have unlimited amount of books. But no. Anywho, and then I put in Atlas 6 and, Shatter Me, whatever. I don't know what book we're on now at this point. And again, was it on Kindle Unlimited? So I thought to myself, I need to download a book. I need to have a book downloaded. So at this point, I was already like 20. I had like 15 chapters left of Hooked, and I was going away, and I wanted to bring an extra book with me because I knew I was going to finish this on the plane. So, and then I thought to myself, I have the best idea ever. Why not download Scarred, the second book of the series? And I did. I downloaded it and I read it. Obviously I was, on a girls trip. I wasn't constantly on my Kindle reading, so it took me ages to read it, but I still read it. I finished it yesterday, actually. I did, on the video that I videoed yesterday, I didn't have any audio, explain to you guys I was going to finish reading it last night, but I already had the rating in my mind that I was going to rate it, and I stick by it because I finished it last night. I rated Scarred 5 stars. Absolutely loved Tristan and Sarah's story. Absolutely loved. I hate Michael. On the other hand, I hate him completely. But absolutely loved. Again, Emily McIntyre books just flow so easily. Her writing, you just get hooked. It makes you feel like you're actually in the book, which I absolutely love. Some books, when you're reading, if the book isn't good and you're hooked, you don't feel like you're actually the characters. It doesn't feel like a movie in your brain. But this actually felt like a movie in my brain, and I actually enjoyed it so much. So yeah, I rated 5 stars. So for my February wrap up, I read 5 books in total. 2 were 5 stars, Hooked and Scarred. 1 was 3.5 stars, which was Tithe by Holly Black. 4 stars were Icebreaker and King of Greed by Anna Huang and Hannah Grace. I'm so happy. Obviously, I didn't hit the goal of the amount of books I wanted to read, and I didn't read the last 3 books. I might add them to my next TBR. I am not too sure. You'll have to check out my March TBR video that I'll be posting soon after this. But I don't know. I might pick up a whole new genre of books. I don't know. I might put a poll on my Instagram and you guys can pick what I read. I'm not too sure. I will let you guys know. Make sure you follow my TikTok, you subscribe to me, and you also follow me on my Instagram. I don't use my Instagram as much, but I still do like polls and stuff on my story. I just don't post anything. TikTok is what I use the most at the moment. I haven't been posting there recently, but I will start posting again. And yeah, so make sure you like and subscribe the video, and thank you so much, lovelies, and I hope to see you guys again soon.